Welcome to my developer diary. I'm starting a developer diary because I'm working on a project in Unity, and it's going to be tentatively, I'm calling it Roguey Lifey, damn it. And it's going to be an action RPG. It's going to be a little bit roguish, a little bit survival, a little bit life, a little bit Zelda, maybe animal droppings or crossing, however you like to say it. Hi! I got some stuff I can show you that I've worked on in the past couple days. I started Monday. I did the majority of the work yesterday-ish. But I did some chores yesterday that kind of conflicted, so I stayed up too late and fried my brain. Don't fry your brain. Go to bed early. Only work for about 8 hours. It's not gonna happen. Why don't I just jump right into it? And just show you some shit. Here. Or actually, let's first go down the list of things that the game is like. Here, I'll go back to head mode. Face mode, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's a roguelike in that there's randomly generated things and dungeons. That's about it. It's just, you know, also kind of the gameplay will kind of feel like that. At least the acquisition of some things. The fighting and the dungeons and things will be generated like they would be in a roguelike game. Maybe? I'm actually going to be doing the dungeons like Gauntlet, I think, because that's one of my favorite games, and it's going to be part of the inspiration for this. Let's see. It's going to be also part survival. There's going to be harvesting, hunting, gathering, building, and that means there's going to be kind of a life simulation situation. In fact, there's going to be a lot of life simulation. By the time I'm done with it, the flora, the fauna, tribal village / town simulation things all going to be done that way. Life simulation. Everything genetic. There's going to be... I kind of want to stay clear of future speak right now, but I really kind of want to take some of the prototypes that I've been making with technology, machines, automation, and stuff like that, and kind of throw that away for now. I want to, but right now I'm just focusing on basically getting the character up to a medieval stage, and that will be a perfect game right then and there, and then I'll think about expanding upon it with bigger things. But getting the core game is the most important part about my development process right now. Future talk and development bullshit and asset grinding just totally throw me off and make me not want to do anything for months. So that's one of the things I've been doing, not spending 8 hours in Blender trying to perfect a character model. Things that need complex animations, and I'll show you my programmer art that I'm kind of working on. The new game I've been playing called Forager has been really inspiring to me, especially the story of the developer. Things that coincide with our lives and that really made it stand out. Go play it, Forager. One of the first things you unlock is actually his story, about the developer story, about how he made Forager and what happened. Let's go into the game and show it off what I've got so far. So here we are in Unity. So right away you see got a little character. I got attacks working. Very fast little punch going on here. And I got some zombies. And the zombies just use this mail mesh. Let's see if I can get them. Yeah. And I just recolored them to save on the time of having to do that. And you can see these models are like really simple. They took probably both the male and the female version took together less than 15 minutes to get them rigged so that I had basically just 2 bones for the body so that I could have, you know, a little bit of movement going on when they're idle, and just enough to get them to have interesting looking movement. The zombies don't have any animations right now. There's no character damage except for what goes from... technically there is, actually. I can just drop the script that the zombies have on the player character, and then basically drop the script that the player character has on the zombies for attack. I'm also needing variations on those classes. There's a knockback effect, and it doesn't work on the zombies because they're constantly grounded and their velocity is down, well, not really more than gravity would. Basically all forward velocity, so they're working against it, but it's basically just the 2 vectors, the character vector and the enemy vector, and pushing them back with a certain amount of force. A resistance on the enemy and force on the weapon that I'm using. And basically, the weapon system is done. I just need to make weapons. It's right now the weapon that is equipped to my right hand is fist. I don't have anything going on the left yet, because there's basically just your equipment, which is on your two hands, your head, and your body. And right now she's naked and doesn't have any armor or anything like that. And eventually I'll have an armor system. I'll just sit here and watch the zombies. They can't get me inside the tent right now. Eventually I'll have it to where they try to tear down your buildings. And there will be more than just zombies. The zombies just seemed like the proper enemy to start out with because they use the male mesh. You basically start with two characters and you're trying to build a village, and you can make babies and then raise them. And when your character dies, eventually they will all die because there's an age system, but the aging takes a lot longer than getting eaten by zombies. If you do get killed in the field or something like that, you drop all your items and your character's gone forever. And you have to go and select one of your villagers to continue the game. So hopefully you're taking care of your villagers and telling them to do things. The challenge will be that you're stuck with whatever you pick. You'll be able to pick the male or the female at the beginning, or just start with one and then expect migrants to come in and form relationships with migrants. Have the migrants get married, have babies, make more villagers, raise them properly, assign them tasks like following you into battle or chopping down trees or mining or getting resources or whatever. Tell the villagers to build the town automatically and build more buildings when they're needed or whatever. I don't know yet. That's future talk, and future talk fucks with me. It makes it to where I can't get the game done. So right now I'm just going to focus on little things. But yeah, there will be flora and fauna, and you'll have to go out and find the best of the flora and plant the best and, you know, crossbreed your animals and your plants together to get the best kinds out of them. Skills like lumberjack, logging, mining, butcher, fishing, things like that. All your standard survival game type skills, and it'll be in basically like a Zelda-ish, action RPG-ish style with skill sets, stats, things like that. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I am gonna like include hunger and thirst and things like that. Basic survival things. Dungeons. Randomly generated items and the ability to craft things, I guess, sort of. I'm not gonna go crazy on the crafting thing because I kind of want it to be like you craft or buy or something the things that you use to go into the dungeons and get the loot, because that's kind of the rogue experience, is to get loot. Sort of. Did I generate more characters? I think I did, yeah. I think I showed you that. So basically, I have the generation system to where the characters will basically be randomly generated, and then the camera mode, or the camera design and player controller design, is based on like Zelda and Animal Crossing. So that's it in a nutshell. I've got some enemies to beat. I've got a way to beat them. I'm going to work hard the next week and have a little zombie and slime smashing game that you can be playing, that you can try out. Say, hey, this is cool, or dude, this sucks ass. Either way, I'm gonna try my hardest to just like keep working on this and not stop, because that's my problem. And what I outlined in a note that I wrote on Facebook really is what I'm going to try to like go for. Now I'm gonna make, just for the ending of the video, I'm gonna build this and see if that bug is still here, and I can't figure out how to fix it because it's not on my end. It's not something I did, unless there's something weird about the build and the way that my player renderer is rendering the mesh, because it's the same mesh that the zombies are using. There we go. Made with Unity. I can't afford $75 a month to get the pro thing going on. Yep. I don't know why. But the zombies look the same. It's the same mesh. It's the same skinned mesh renderer and everything. It's just not, and I'm still doing all the same thing. It's just the mesh is wonky. I don't know how crazy I'm going to go with the combat system. I kind of just want to keep it simple and face and click your enemies, whatever. But yeah, so that's weird. I don't know why. I don't know why the guys are not, and why it's not happening inside the editor. But this is development. This is what we're dealing with. Alright, So, need my drink of water to help my voice. So, there you have it. So that's the beginning of my game. Just very first few days of working on it, and I think like the progress that I've got so far, I'm happy with. And it's been a long time since I've actually felt like, this. I feel like I'm getting something done. This feels good. It's been a long time since I've had a project start out like that and keep momentum. I'm very pleased with it, and I hope that you guys keep watching these stupid videos I make and support my stupid stuff and enjoy everything that life has to offer, because you're only here for a little while and then it goes. So enjoy life to its fullest and buy my junk, buy my music, get jiggy with it. Bye. I love you. You might have been thinking about what these little red things were, and I forgot to talk about it during the main video, but I'm going to interject. I'm really tired, and my brain is failing miserably right now. Yeah. They're basically properties, and you'll buy them and expand the world out. And eventually that will be not just like grass and forest, it'll be desert and things like that as you get further away from where you start, or you might start in a biome. But that's future talking. I gotta stay away from the future talk. But it's something that I very much want to have happen is the ability to buy, or maybe not with money, because it doesn't make... Forager does it because it can get away with it because you're a little marshmallow. And you're a marshmallow buying land from starting from an island surrounded by water. So I don't know how I'm going to do the Fog of War with this, but at the same time it doesn't make much sense that you can't go north, south, east, and west. You've got to unlock the land as you go. But there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to fudge, and I don't think it's, you know, that big of a deal to make it kind of what do you call it, non-realistic or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. That's what the little red things are for, or pinkish things are for. That's going to be where you expand to another thing, and the price basically will get cumulatively larger. Thank you. There are also boundaries. Thank you. It's the real end now. Love you. Bye-bye.